my name is Supernal Apostle Baksay. I'm one of the Supreme Apostles of the Exulting Eternal Lord Jesus Christ and Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, centered in Salt Lake City in Utah in US. I'm Supreme Apostle Baksay, and this time in Elders Quorum of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and Hyperstate Elders Quorum. In Whitechapel Ward, I have actually the accommodation and common living, as well as free somewhere theater we have. In Whitechapel Ward, it's in Hyperstate, in London, Michigan, in London Temple District of Europe's southwest area of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Salt Lake City, Utah, in the US. I thought to react on a glorious movie where Gavin Creel with his friends is acting. I seen once Book of Mormon musical, and I thought if we can be friends, those actors, they acting Jesus Christ there. Or eventually also with Gavin Creel, he might get the actual coordination together. Christ Supreme Apostle Baksay, here I am Supreme. I'm really supreme, so I'm aspiring to marry one of the Relief Society of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I'm former Boy Scout, so I was also a Boy Scout master. He was franchising also band call by A.B. Sloisty, who was the president of Boy Scouts, or maybe there was founder in Czechoslovakia. Czechoslovak founder of Boy Scouting was A.B. Sloisty. He also wrote some books about it, and he was as Czechoslovak band Paul. Maybe he's got also a house in Prague, A.B. Sloisty's house. There were some others, for example, one of the writers was Foglar, Jaroslav Foglar. He also wrote about Boy Scouts. I also liked American Boy Scouts. He had such a book by Ernest Thompson Seton about two men in wilderness. That would be so beloved by the American Boy Scouts as a wonderful reading. And I have one experience of Boy Scouting that may be worthy to share. And then as I was in teen years, I was in Boy Scouting, and we did accomplish Ernest Thompson Seton's pot. So really make a pot, as in the book of Ernest Thompson Seton, and it was named the pot of Seton, or Seton's pot, or Ernest Thompson pot, and really ate it on the pot, and it was really tasty. At that time I was tasting it. Now I became vegan. I think at that time it was beef, and it was forgiven because it was quite young and didn't yet know how to vegan. Some of my neighbors was vegan, so maybe in Ernest Thompson we can also accomplish some food that is vegan food. And it was eventually without the metal there, not because it was using stones. There was maybe some iron in the stones. As it was heating the stones, they were sort of white and red. So maybe there was some iron, as iron is red.
It's not on there already.
That's why I might check later. What was the red color there? Right now, to the subject of the supremacy, yes, I am really Supreme Apostle of Jesus Christ. How it comes to that? Still only such a small garage flat in or ground floor in London, in Pimlico. But there maybe because we have Thomas Friends, one person of his presidency, so we issued a petition for better circumstances for elders that if they're among them Supreme Apostle, as me Supreme Apostle Baksay wrote that there might be translations to heaven, glory, and ascension to heaven at about this time. And we was actually also posted to Gavin Creel, so we hope that Gavin and the other friends from Book of Mormon musical might like to participate on a petition. And I also now we just found a company. It is Sunday today, but we can speak also about companies. If this company is similar to church, I spoke now somewhat about church, and then there are also church Boy Scouts. They does good also on Sunday, church Boy Scout. Now I have a company. It is at the moment a limited number of shares on the company, but it has a glorious name, Jesus Christ Ascension. his company is supposed to help members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and other wider public in North Atlantic Treaty Organization and beyond to have among us translated beings that might be translated to heaven, glory, and ascend to highest heaven, to the presence of God in Yahweh. So Bishop Christian invites some more share. We were thinking especially of the Book of Mormon musical actors, if they would like to. It is a company that has got a glorious future. It's not the Jesus companies on them, but Jesus has a glorious future and Jesus Christ's blessing. We would like to keep all the commandments of what Jesus Christ says. Anybody thought that they'll be wavering in keeping commandments, we would want to keep all of them. And we would like to keep the best of ability of ours. As we know, Jesus Christ has got different volume. And I thought that we might see now new formulation, as I was before granting such a formulation that was my first formulation. Now we have such new, and we might change it also later. It was placing also seal of Relief Society, so it might have easiness to lawfully marry. We have seal of Relief Society, and we have here just very sparingly text. There's no more 2 sheets. Staple, it is only 1 sheet of paper. And there is text only up here, an example of my personal sign. If anybody would like to help, I'll appreciate all helpers are welcome, especially Gavin here and the other actors in Book of Mormon musical. I'd like to invite also President Thomas Fitzmaurice, but finally if we gather and collect the signs for translations to heaven or ascents to heaven and send it to First President, so President Moses can also sign. I had experience with Jesus Christ, but only in the Spirit, and he really was excited about the petition and formulation and petition. And I, Baksay, am excited to be translated to Lord and to ascend to heaven. And about this time, it's really my first and most glorious aim and goal. So if you like to help me, I'm sure that if I have some more friends to work together, but I'm still with Elohim and Yahweh supported only in the Spirit in a company, so I would like to have also some more of the likes of my videos and some more of the charitable messages. Some of them was quite lovely, but some of them was actually very naughty, so I thought we might have some more beautiful reactions, especially of Book of Mormon musical actors, as I have been so close. Maybe not on Sunday, usually on Sunday now, but as throughout the week they are just next to this palace that we broadcasting from Apple Store in Regency in Royal Capital of England named London. Regency is north of the river. South of the river we have another mission in London South Anglia Mission. The same Temple District, Northern Temple District, the area in Europe, Central West area of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints settled in Salt Lake City, Utah, in the U.S. Which will be the end of the company will be mainly to be about translation to heaven, glory, and ascension to heaven, but there are some rules that I am also applying for Vegan Fund Executive Director to help vegans. I'll need help also there. It will surely help the cause of translation and ascension to heaven, as if you remember, the word of wisdom has been meant for a high priest to minimize alcohol consumption, and word of wisdom was given minimalization of tobacco, eventually of absolute minimalization of partaking of any psychotic or dangerous drugs. But if we find word of wisdom also in Genesis, in first book of Moses, Genesis chapter 1, in the first commandment that God gave to our first parents, Adam and Eve, of Eden, God stated that man are created to multiply, replenish their substitute, and have dominion over the fishes of the sea, fowls of the air, creeping things, all the earth, as well as to take on of those herbs only that are pleasant to such a food for the side of food for Thanksgiving. So I at the moment am almost without funds, so I have almost extremely small funding. It's less than 1/4 of national minimum in the UK and in the European Union, but especially in the United Kingdom, because I live now in England. I think that there's really an emergency situation that I really need friends to get involved. And if the more musical actors have really no time to have 2 shows a day, and that might be really tremendousness to go any hour or any 2 hours elsewhere, and they also have families and maybe calling to the church. So I thought that anybody who views and who loves Jesus Christ, if it is members especially of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, also non-members who might become members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, if they love Lord Jesus Christ, if they feel so exceedingly similar to the level of top models or extremely beautiful models I am for. I'm quite prominent, so even though my funding is by the terrorism of President Thomas Spencer Monson from Salt Lake City, I actually was experienced lots of military terror that President Monson does. He can really not anymore be already protected by Lord Jesus Christ. But in the past, there was happening so many times, with more than 20 military assessments against myself of President Monson, and I was already exhausted quite often by the spiritual situation. The souls was really scared what is there for exceeding number of military assessments against the Supernal of Baksay, and I was having so really in despair. I was really exhausted after about the matter, and I need to survive because the work that I was chosen by Lord Jesus Christ to work on, and I am already in elder school now. I already am apostle. Apostle is an elder. In the same time, from elder school, I'm striving and I'm asking for support. If it is American football players or athletes of Brigham Young University and University of Utah and other universities in the United States of America, especially members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and others. I'm also asking support of any Boy Scouts or all the Relief Society and their closest associates. So I'm actually, firstly and most importantly, asking Heavenly Father, Elohim Yahweh. So in my heaven, this time translated being, so my not continuing in this focus that I just was actually perishing at and was buried and decomposed. Also, Gordon Hinckley could not comprehend with the gift of fullness is increased in his fullness of times. But I still not boxing will really comprehend. I'm starting straight from the foundation of our faith to already announce anything else only to be a secondary or trivial or lesser. But the first is transfiguration of Jesus Christ upon a mount. Jesus Christ showing his son glory to Peter, James, and John, and was conversing with Moses and Elias about the great ascension that Jesus Christ is supposed to accomplish about that time. And I'm focusing on the actual ascension of Jesus Christ to heaven. And there is an example for us. Jesus was only 33 years old, and the sleep that he had was for all these 33 years not even once longer than 33 hours. And it has increased the hours only once, and that was eventually according to the scriptures, because we now have the float from Jerusalem, but according to the scriptures, Jesus Christ disappeared then through the cloud out of the sight of apostles. So that's what we're looking forward to have among saints. And all those non-members are invited to baptize in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I testify that the baptism in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is the gate unto our translation to heaven glory and ascension in the presence of Yahweh in the highest heaven. I testify that the baptism in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is the gate into the only kingdom of heaven on earth. I am exceedingly grateful to Elohim Yahweh and to all those saints that was helping me to recognize how important to focus and to emphasize the actual liberty. So man might have liberty to do good and to minimize anything that is not asked to do. Now, for instance, the 10 Commandments that Moses obtained also for us, we can see that also since the time of Adam and Eve, the endowment of 10 Commandments has been given. It maybe was only briefly two main commandments, maybe even more briefly, maybe even to those first lines, men are to multiply the pleasures of after the careful reading of the fishes of the sea, fowls of the air, creeping things. say that those are the things that are really Thanksgiving. Because we see that in MTC, Provo, and other MTCs of I think that we need to be mindful of these further further commandments that we discovered. And I think the idea is be love God. As you say, if you love me, keep my commandments. You love God with all our heart, my mind, strength, and read scriptures, especially in classes, maybe seminary classes, or primary families, primary seminary institutes. I participate on institute so much. Maybe I was born by seminary and by primary. I had the spirit something also with them. I believe that we supposed to know that the equity or equality of the household of God as Jesus Christ the second time is already among us is the most perfect formulation and most perfect interpretation of saying that we can found in the verse that was recorded by Joseph Smith Jr., first president. Yeah, maybe now again is somewhat lower, but not too lower, not too much lower. He is still above the level of the world's oceans. Missouri River, on its chain. Hopefully more supported by Ruth Sideways. I already have a badge. So what can we do for having some more of the love of Jesus Christ? Maybe interpret the words that are recorded by Joseph Smith in Fellow of the Lord Rise of Jesus Christ, that our first fathers, such as Adam said, Enos, Cain, Mahal, Jared, and especially Enoch, that was walking with God until he lost the Lord to both of him. It's written about them by especially Joseph Smith, that there was preachers of righteousness. And now, preachers of righteousness, how can I be righteous if I am, for example, under military term of presidents of the church, eventually from childhood? So I think that there's gospel in the presence of Elohim Yahweh. He has such a glorious light in need of his presence. Elohim Yahweh, we might have not only testimony of God, but that we might have glorious and most glorious testimony of God in our translation, the heavenly glory. And I say to his presence Yahweh in heaven. So I think the righteousness, if we suffer any dismissals from the church, so there might be some others swear inwardly upon to reject them, that they need to do some sins, and then they can come to church. Some others maybe doesn't follow any commandments to do sins, and that's good, and maybe they have a military assessment against themselves, so just by the power of flesh. And I believe that it is possible to be righteous if we're preaching the equity of the household of God as second time I mean, for all those who are experts, for example, not buying rebreeders or not buying pornography, there are some who are experts for that particular task. I recommend vegan food as well, because if you think of those animals, they're really growing up on the seed of animals, and then orally partaking of them with the blood and with the flesh, and then if you compare it with the word of wisdom according to the topical guide of the Church of Jesus Christ Relations, and study the references as well as footnotes, you might recognize that the most blessing and exaltation and the most glorious crowns of glory are by the Thebans, bread of wisdom. And bread of wisdom was also sacrament, a setting, a sacrament of Jesus Christ. Melchizedek himself, as he in Jerusalem, as King of Salem, was hosting Abraham, and was very hospitable to Abraham, and was also granting bread and wine, bread and juice, or bread and water to Abraham. That is vegan sign of love, vegan funding. So I think that I, as a perfect advocate of vegans, am absolutely most suitable, and I am already advocate of vegans in the movies since 2011, if I remember well, since 2011. It was 2012, January 2012. and I'm already striving to live as vegan, to advocate vegan as really someone who's skipping vegetarian to vegan. I'm already striving since 2003. So that's maybe funny for some, but for me it's really very beautiful. This how petition looks like. Petition is not only to Paris, it's mostly to Elohim and Yahweh and First President of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. If I, Supernal Apostle Baksay, to be elected above the form of the President of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, that would be, I believe, the most appropriate. I have a testimony that I am Shiloh, Shalom in Zion, and that I really ought to be esteemed more important than Joseph Smith or Brigham Young, Joe Taylor, or Rupert Woodruff, as Lawrence Snow, and much more important as, for example, Spencer McHugh, as the place hard of me, I'm Gordon Hinckley. I feel that I'm really much more important, and only more important person comparatively me to that person. There may be two more persons that are more important than me to all mankind for all eternity, and that's Elohim and Yahweh. And it is, according to my best knowledge and testimony, that it is so. Now, of course, we was hearing now some voices of exceeding enmity, but before they are maybe from far, from far country, so they was recognized by those spirits that helped me to speak and sing. For I live now in the UK, so I have American and English spirits. So if there was any American or English spirits attacking me or opposing me, that was actually unseen by my own helpers to speak in English language. But if it's then Slovaks or any Czechs, then immediately there is a war cry of worship God, so that we need to ask therefore that we might have love to that tribe God, but mainly that we might supreme beings, Elohim, Yahweh, and mainly Jesus Christ were among Jews, I think, in this time Ephraim and Joseph and Judah, as had actually prophesied to this time. Ephraim was first with Judah, its support of Judah is really marvelous of the Amphras. There was uninterruptedly governing, and Jesus Christ was born among them. And now as I, Shiloh, arrived, it's a new situation, so we need to persuade Heavenly Father and Jesus Christ by asking, seeking, and knocking to be perfect, to seek first the kingdom of heaven and its righteousness, then after that will also add unto us. Now Jesus Christ is also the name of the channel. I was naming the channel Joshua Baksay. Joshua Baksay, not that I would like to change my name, not. I also like to have added Joshua to my name, but especially because I myself like to be in the name of Jesus Christ. And I remember that Jesus means the salvation, or salvation unto God, or salvation unto a sanctuary unto God from the sin. And there is such a beautiful chapter in the Book of Mormon, not the Testament of Jesus Christ, in the Book of Alma therein, in chapter 11, and also in the Book of Helaman, chapter 5, verse 10. I think that we can help one another to read in the Book of Mormon and to remember not only coinage of Nephites or those who was closely related to Nephites, but Zanny was one of the lawyers, especially as they were persuading each other to believe in being saved from the sins of this world and to discover if one or the other does really the actual sin. Now, we have here, we are now in American stores, we have an Apple store, and we have here pictures also of American President Barack Obama, and from the side, as the Americans can says, we are very grateful, we are really sustaining all the officers of the Jesus Christ since U.S. America, and also governments and countries just need to remember that Joseph Smith was not yet very perfect, as said, we should be subject to governors. We should really be expressing influence of love of God and love to God with all our minds, strength, and ourselves. If we are subject to them, we will not be continuing as Joseph Smith, who was certainly that he was really wrong example also for those other American president governors who was having a similar destiny. It would not be important that we help one another to love God with all our heart, mind, strength, and our neighbors ourselves, as it was prophesied to this time. We might fullness of time, might have the glorious millennium, that we might have the translations to heaven or ascensions to heaven. So all those are baptized in the Church of Jesus Christ as Latter-day Saints. And if anybody knows if there's any other church that might be in the name of Jesus Christ also adopted as Kingdom of Heaven, let me know. I had already some messages that also would like to be counted. And we really wish to be most heavenly, most lovely through the atonement of Christ, which is the atonement for us, by the obedience consequently to the laws and ordinance of the gospel of Jesus Christ. So I love you. Your sins are forgiven you, and I'm inviting you to, as Supernal Apostle of Lord Jesus Christ, Supernal Apostle Baksay, I'm inviting you to the work to focus also unequivocally on translations to all ascensions to heaven. So I'm sure that there are many governors and many people who can do great work, but we need also unequivocally, we need to also do something as the church's task, that we're really facing the person of Jesus Christ. Unequivocally, and taking the name of Jesus Christ upon themselves, upon building this name of Jesus Christ, upon clothing the name of Jesus Christ, and upon food this name of Jesus Christ, and sometimes even. That's it, I think it's important now to be also as a musical. I will therefore have a singing, and if anybody would like to help me like become a musical singer, I'd like to sing together at a church hymn. Bible Nytestamentet verset från St. John the Evangelist, except 30. As I have asked you, love one another, is your command, love one another. By this we know that you are my disciples, if you love one another. So that was wonderful to have here such a more realistic view on my singing talents, also by the experts of Book of Mormon musical. I promise that I will work on, and that I now actually intend to work on to have a perfect singing abilities. I believe the presidents of first presidents shall have glorious voices, and that they shall not think that if they have the others not to have. Now, we had sometimes such a shout support right there that not all can be saved, and also from among those people who live now on earth, not all can be saved. But if we desire, brothers and sisters, if we help one another with all the heart, mind, strength to love God, all will be somewhat more glorious. And saved to higher and more arts of glory, and a full soul deserve the brother into those generations before. And we will also prepare for a future generation, and we will also help our forefathers and their neighbors to live more gloriously. So I was doing Lamenting Vision, which is, as I was saying, so Republic, there was the first president of Jesus Christ, and maybe even Jesus Christ so personally was placing me together with some hockeyists or some such feasters. But I believe that also I was about 4 years long to teach students. It was really academic beauty. They were really very beautiful in teaching the boxing. I was Chinese boxing, and I was really very good. I maybe was up to most excellent of the students. Of course, we had there some heavyweights, and they was really boxing a lot. So it was sometimes looking like if I was a child and they growing up. There's also a head and a half higher, or 2 heads higher, and there's also extremely strong and muscle Olympia. And I was just as those running long distances on laying back. And so as I was doing this picture, I was looking like it was very different. But nevertheless, I think that I was quite representative for Lord Jesus Christ. That's the hunting picture style. So I'm greeting everybody also them, and if they will feel that they maybe from their Buddhism to have also some more Christianity and from reincarnation, some more like election to to be exalted to the highest degree of celestial glory and to remain there forever for all eternity. They are invited to have such eternal experience, and I testify that the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is also performed along to Christian students. And I'm sure that if I will have there, for example, some more of Boy Scouts of Europe in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, some more of Richardin, and some more of former pioneers, they are also doing pioneering by the example of Brigham Young. Just from the Brigham pioneers, the communistic government was organizing such a movement for young people, children of sparks, and then as children were somewhat older, about 8 years old, 9 years old, they became pioneers, and they had also such dresses as those pioneers of the Jesus and Brigham Young. And I hope that many of them might be now admitted to Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. It's really tens and hundreds of millions of them. I'll just check how many hundreds of millions. And they're saying that only 10 millions was pioneers. So let's check once more. How many? Poland. They're saying no more than 30 million. So that would be. And that was better. We are now only 14 million in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. So 30 million of pioneers will now be admitted, brothers and sisters. I'm sure that there will be at least one person being translated to heaven or sent to heaven. And if you ask me, as I ask you, that what would you like to do, as I already ascended to heaven, you would surely say that we might also be translated away and ascend with numerous hosts of Israel, also to ascend to friends of Elohim Yahweh. If that might be a most glorious muster for first presidencies and general authorities of Jesus Christ to ban all the subjects, any subject that are received to speak about general conference, to ban the transfiguration of Jesus Christ, ascension of Jesus Christ, and our personal translation of what I say in the seniors of the century, brothers and sisters, I testify to you that that would be most happy general conference and most happy general conference. Previously also our central restoration to the honor of heaven and about equity of the household of Elohim and Yahweh in the highest heaven, as Jesus our second time already among us. And this is approximately my farewell. God will lead us to meet again, at least in the spirit of assembly at the YouTube, or if you download it at the downloads video broadcasting. I thank you for your faith in the Son of God. Thank you for your excellent faith in the Son of Jesus Christ. I now have the company Gated Health also there. And what we have for next action, I think that we can be chasing Mars, because it was happening ever since grown-ups. They was actually testing their systems, and maybe also was testing a populational system, and we are now in episodes, it is just a normal subject, and I think that we're supposed to keep it as a sacred, and that we should really not use the recorder's abilities, and of course and to record such an action of someone who tests the population abilities, someone alone or in a group. I'm sure that there are laws and ordinances of the gospel to be kept, but to compromise each other in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, who are showing in the spirit the secrets of the population powers to others. I think that what we can learn to abstain from the actual broadcast of such intimate powers. So if anybody is actually exceedingly not committed to not publish the influence of rich powers and is involved in pornography and publishing, that's also not shown in CNN or BBC or in any other public channels where children might watch, but it is only on some sorts of restricted channels where children are exceedingly many times warned that this is only for grown-ups, and only for those grown-ups who decided to view some intimate procreation and procreation powers. Francis, because the monster would really need to be warned not to show any such intimate employment, or it needs to happen. The general authority of social specialists will also be shown, accurate as they didn't want to be shown, and the posterity for 4 generations will also be shown in such intimate situations as they should didn't want to be shown in those situations that they didn't want to be shown. If they show anybody who didn't want to be shown, accurate in the particular situations. I love you and farewell. I wish you a happy journey home. Bye.